Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Good morning, Vietnam!
Hello there.
What's happening?
I feel the need for speed. Ow! Warrior, come to play.
Here's Johnny.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another wonderful edition of the Cinemateq live stream series. Not really a series because I haven't done this in months and months and months. For those of you who are a little bit out of the know, I did make a brief comeback on Twitch where we did all of that fun Oscar-type stuff, but now I wanted to come back to YouTube for a couple of very specific reasons, and also just to put this way out in front immediately, not for a long time. This is a limited time engagement. But before we get into the specifics of what we're going to be doing and why we're doing them, I think that I need to say hello to the chat because you guys have already been going kind of crazy. I can't believe how many of you were here early, hyped, ready to go, wanting to talk about films. Hello to every single one of you. Let's see who's here. Ella's here. Ghostelman is here. This is actually fun for me now because I don't have to transcribe or convert or translate names from Twitch chat to there was an extra layer of conversion on Twitch because if people just had different Twitch names and things like that. Hello to Tim. Hello to Trey. Hello to Josephine, who went absolutely wild in the chat. I guess it has been a little while, so you got to fill us in on everything you've been watching. I appreciate it. We also had Nocturno here. Great to see you as well. I saw you in the Discord. You were getting hyped for this as well. Apparently your favorite film of the year is a Canadian film, Humanist Vampire Seeking Consenting Suicidal Person. I saw that at the Toronto International Film Festival last year. And could that be one of the reasons why we're here again? Maybe. We also have Dozely Films, Jarp Carp, Old School Peoples, Ben Wagner. What up, Ben? And I think that's all. But let's see. What are people saying? We missed you, TJ. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Cinemateq, do more streams. Yeah, we'll do a couple. What's Josephine saying? Faves of 2024. Hundreds of Beavers, La Chimera, Furiosa, The Bike Riders, Chicken for Linda, Thelma, and Twisters. I've seen a couple of those movies, specifically La Chimera, which was actually pretty good, and Twisters, which was better than the first Twister, right? We're all in agreement that Twisters is better than Twister, right? Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Nick's here. What's up, Nick? Return of the King? Who, me? I'm not a Lord of the Rings film, you silly person. I'm a human. All right. I guess I should probably, do I address the absence? Not really. I think I explained why I was getting out of live streaming last time I did this. Hello, Wolf. Good to have you back. Good to be back. So, why are we doing this? Why are we here? Well, cinephiles, it is a very particular time of the year, at least in my estimation, because for those of you who have a very long-term memory, you'll remember that in the year 2023, we started something. You, me, this community, we started to do a very special thing that I wanted to do every single year. I wanted to track how it progressed. I wanted to see the differences that happened every single year. And that would be impossible if we didn't do it every single year. And no, I can see you in the chat guessing it's the Cinemateq Film Awards. No. That comes later. That comes in January, February with the Oscars. No, we are doing something else. Something that I think is just as important. So with all of your help, I want you to help me decide what the best 100 films of all time are again. Dory's in here. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Paul's in here. Yes. Someone guessed top 100. Jarb Carb guessed top 100. It's been a long time since we talked. It has. It's been a minute. That's what you meant, Ella? All right. We'll believe you this time. Where have I been? We'll get into that maybe a little bit later. But for now, let's talk a little bit more about the top 100 films of all time. And this is not the only thing we're doing today, so keep that in mind. So, the Cinemateq Top 100. This is this thing that we do every year, or at least I want to do every year, where we pick the top 100 films of all time. This is very serious. We are only picking very serious movies here. I'm just kidding. What we are going to be doing is every single one of us are going to be submitting a ballot. 10 picks on this ballot. And you can put in whatever 10 films that you want. No repeats, though. And whatever best film means to you, you put that in here. If that means the films that you think are the best objectively, do that. If they are your top 10 favoritist films of all time, do that. Is it a mixture of all of those things put together? Great. Do that as well. So, that's it. That's the whole thing. Once we have all of the ballots collected, we're going to be coming back for a live stream probably in about a month because I have TIFF to do and just other stuff in my life going on. But we're going to have about a month to get all of these ballots in, and then we will be picking the best film of all time. So, there's your GD link to the form in the chat. Go do it. Go vote right goddamn now. I'm also just going to change the description really quickly so it's in there. And Rocco's here too, and he's meowing because I think he just pooped. Okay, edit. Oh yeah, that's a poop meow. I'll clean it up later. There. So, link in the chat, link in the description box down below if you so please. And let's just go through the chat a little bit more, and then we'll come back to this. Because you guys are being great in the chat. I'll prolong it a little bit. Maybe the stream will go longer than I expected. We'll see. Thanks so much for returning, TJ. Yeah, no problem. Where have you been? Nick, you asked that question before. I guess I'll explain it in a little bit of a larger context. Back in September of last year, I stopped doing YouTube live streams. It was largely because I was getting burnt out on the roast live streams. As fun as they were, it just got a little bit repetitive for me, I think. And also the channel wasn't doing as well as I was hoping it was doing. And I was also like in the middle of a job search. And I was just like, all right, I need to give YouTube like a big old long break. And I did. I came back on Twitch for awards season because I wanted to give Twitch a try, just kind of experiment with it. That went fine, but ultimately not fine enough for me to come back full time, especially because now I have a job, a real person job, a big boy job, if you were. And this job actually utilizes like a lot of my skills and knowledge when it comes to film. I'm not going to get into the specifics too much, but I do work for a major media company in Canada now, and part of my job is watching movies and talking about movies and giving recommendations for movies. You could say it's perfect for me. And so I've been concentrating on that quite a bit over the last, I guess, 7-8 months. I think I've been there since December. And it's been great. It's been honestly great. It's a really good place to work, lots of cool people. And like I said, I get to watch a lot of movies. Movies that you haven't seen and which I will not be talking about, don't ask. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Amazing t-shirt, Cinemateq with best movie ever. Oh yeah. Shout out to Cult of Cult, where I bought this from. It's an online store in the US. They've got lots of cool movie shirts. You will probably see me wearing them more often because I cannot wear anything else now. They are just too good. I pre-ordered my TIFF 2024 program guide. Dory, are you going to TIFF, or did you just want it as a souvenir? Can I submit Ron Jeremy films? Yes, of course. If you think they're the best or they're your favorites, do it. Does Rubber Johnny count? It's sort of like a music video for Aphex Twins, but it's paced a lot more like a short film than a music video. So I'll get into the top 100 rules just after I go through some more of this chat. What is your current No Guts, No Glory prediction for the TIFF Audience Award? Probably that Florence Pugh, Andrew Garfield film. I feel like that's going to be very... I feel like that's going to be an audience pleaser. Last year I was just getting into film, and now I think I have more knowledge and experience. Hell yeah! That's what I like to see. Any early Oscar predictions? Dune Part 2 is going to be nominated for a lot of things and probably only win like 3. Great news, Harmony Korine decided to finally release Argo Drift on his website. Is that great news? I heard a lot of people came out of that screening at TIFF last year in Midnight Madness with like headaches and not wanting to ever see it again. So nice to see you back, Mr. Content. Thank you so much. What are you talking about? Well, I was just explaining why there was a bit of an absence, what I've been up to in the intervening months. Yeah. Are you doing a lot of TIFF events this year? Well, we're going to be getting into that after we do the Cinemateq Top 100 ballot. So let's go back to the Cinemateq Top 100 ballot. And basically, I'm just going to run through the rules with you guys, do my own personal ballot, and answer any of your questions in the chat. And if you're watching this after the fact, please feel free to comment down below, and I'll answer your questions about it down there. So, it's time. I'm not going to read it. I already did the intro. So, first thing you need to know about this ballot. It is not a ranked ballot. Film number 1 is ranked just the same as film number 10, so don't worry about the order. Please, 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 for the love of my sanity, use proper title format. That is, name of film, bracket, year film came out. Name of film, year film came out, etc. Please do that. It makes my life so much easier. And there are many different films that all have the same name, and so the only way I'm going to be able to tell them apart is by the year. So please, please include the year in brackets after the name. Thank you very much. Also, you can only vote for one film. No repeats on the ballot is what I mean to say. You cannot vote for the same film multiple times on the same ballot. And don't ballot stuff. I'll be able to tell, and I will disqualify your ballots. And someone in the chat asked earlier what films are allowed, or what media is allowed. Feature films are good, and short films are good. No music videos, no TV series, no YouTube videos, and no other non-visual or non-film visual media. It's feature films, and it's short films, and it's nothing else. If you put stuff in there that is not that thing, that is not those two things, I mean, honestly, odds are they will not get voted into the top 100 anyways, because you'll be the only one doing them, but I will also just disqualify them. So make sure that you are only voting on eligible things, voting eligible things in. Please, 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 please watch yourselves when you're doing this. And finally, have fun. Have a good old time. Not like me, who is about to have a bad time trying to figure out what my favorite and or best 10 films of all time are. What if everyone voted for Breaking Bad? Then I would disqualify all of your ballots and only my ballot would count. So yeah, do that if you want. I actually wouldn't mind. Saturday Night in Conclave is likely to win TIFF. Oh yeah, Saturday Night probably does have a really good shot at winning, doesn't it? Are you looking forward to Anora? Yes. Although I'm likely not going to be seeing it during the festival. That's one of those films that I think is just going to get released in like September or October anyways. And I'm not going to pay like the cheapest TIFF ticket is like $25 or something like that. I'm not paying $25 for a film that I can see for 10 in like a month. I'm only picking Fritz Lang films on my top 100 ballots. Okay, that's fine. I did give a very harsh review of Carmen Marin's new movie, despite him being one of my all-time favorite directors, so maybe I shouldn't advertise that too much. Hey, people watching movies is always a good thing. Can I vote for Troll 2? Of course. Of course you can vote for Troll 2. You can vote for Madam Web. I don't care. I just want you to be honest with your selections. If Troll 2 is one of your top 10 best and or favorite films ever, vote for it. Do it. I honestly don't care. I just want this to be an accurate, honest portrayal and representation of what people think from this community. So please, be honest. Have fun. Don't think like you have to put in Citizen Kane or people are gonna like shame you or some shit like that. That's not what we do here. So yes, just do whatever you want. Are you looking forward to Mike Leigh's new film, Hard Truths at TIFF? I honestly haven't seen a lot of Mike Leigh films in my life, and it's probably going to be one that I don't go to see, largely for the reason I just discussed. Like, I feel like that movie's going to be playing at TIFF in like 2 months anyways, so whatever. All right, time for me to get some obvious picks out of the way. You know some of the things that I'm going to put in this ballot. You all know what I'm going to do here. First of all, there's 3 films from my Letterboxd top 4, which will be Blade Runner 1982. I'm going to be putting in Portrait of a Lady on Fire here. For those of you who are probably going to ask, hey, what do we do, English language title or original language title? You can do either of those things. As long as I can easily tell, like if it's Seven Samurai, I know that the Japanese version of that is like Shinichi no Samurai, and like the year is going to be there. So I'm going to be able to just like Google that and figure it out. But if you only want to use the English language title, that's fine as well. I'm not going to disqualify for that. But anyways, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. And that was what, 2020, I think. Right? That was 2020, right? I know it's here somewhere. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be referring to my Letterboxd list here for some of this, just so I can remember. Oh, it's 2019. Ah, yes, the year before everything went bad. And then we are going to have Apocalypse Now, which I think is what, 1978. We'll double check that. Aw, Rocco, what's the matter? 78. Oh, it's 79. God damn. I'm rusty, guys. I haven't done this in a long ass time. Okay, so we got those 3. I also have Top Gun in my Letterboxd top 4, but that's not going to be here. That film is a favorite of mine, but I'm not going to put it in my best 10 list. There are other films here that I want to do, that I want to represent. So another one that I did for last year is going to be Zed by Costa Gavras. Costa Gavras or Costa Gavras? Anyways, that movie came out in like 69, I think. No. I think it came out in 67. Once again, we'll double check. It's right there. 69. Nice. It's still the internet. We still have to do that dumb joke. And then, yeah, a few more of these are also going to be from my last year's list. Life of Oharu, which I think was 1954. I think that was 54. I think it's probably also The Life of Oharu, but I'll double check that. The Life of Oharu 52. Oh, I used to be so good at this. What's happened to me? The Life of Oharu. I'm sure people at my work are going to see this and call me an idiot. No, they're not going to do that. They're never going to see this. Life of Oharu. Oh, Eyes Wide Shut. Still watch that movie every year, and it's still awesome. And I still love it to death. I probably love it more every time I see it. What a great goddamn movie. Okay. Oh, I'm not tan. This is just me being warm with a bright light flashing at me. This is like, I'm red. I'm red right now. I'm embarrassed to be seen in public again. But thank you anyways. Okay. So one film that's going to be new this year for me is a South Korean film that I saw this past year. It was, I think last year, TIFF showed a restoration of it. And it is a film by South Korean director Lee Chang-dong, who is best known for Burning and perhaps Peppermint Candy as well. But I saw a film that he did called Poetry. And if you were to look at my Letterboxd, you will see that it is only a 4.5 star, but I am very certain that if I were to watch it again, it would get a 5-star. I'm very certain it would get 5 stars. That came out in 2010. So I'm putting it in here. That movie will goddamn ruin you if you watch it. I don't cry during movies. I've got this weird problem where I know how movies are made, and so I can tell when they're trying to manipulate my emotions and all this kind of stuff. But my goodness, Poetry got me so close to just crying at the end. And I think the only thing that prevented it was that I was so stunned with what the film did in the end. I urge you, I urge all of you, please go see Poetry. Wonderful, wonderful movie. And you know what? You can even go watch the trailer for it right now. I mean, like, after we're done here. Go watch that trailer. It's not going to spoil anything for you. It only gives you about half of the actual narrative. And, yeah, the other half really adds a lot of oomph. Okay. So what should we put in here next? I hadn't really thought much beyond this. I'm not going to be putting in Sans Soleil this year, I think, just because I haven't seen it in a long time. I see someone in the chat mentioned Alien. I'm not going to be putting Alien in here either. I watched it recently, and while it's still a 4.5, I still think it's an excellent, excellent film. I noticed there were some issues with the sound in some parts, and like, I have trouble giving a 5-star or thinking about, like, you know, best year of, or best film of all time. I have trouble awarding that if there are like technical shortfalls in the film. So yeah, not doing that this time around. I'm not even sure if I did it last time around. I may have. I also watched The Thing recently, and we might put that in here. I know last time I put in Memories of Murder, but then I saw that again, and I don't think it's quite top 10 material anymore, even though it's still very, very good. I am going to put in The Exorcist, though. The Exorcist, when I saw that last year, that was incredible. It is one of the most influential and important horror films of all time. I think you got to put that in there. I think Exorcist, that makes a lot of sense for me. 73? 73. You know what? I think I might put in Once Upon a Time in the West as well. Yeah, that works for me too. Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968. Put Freaked 1993 in there. Yo. Freaked is so goddamn good. I think I gave Freaked like a 4.5 stars. It's here somewhere. But there are more films that I've given 4.5 stars to. Oh yeah, Freaked right there. 4.5. Right in between Ex Machina and Devi, where it belongs. And yes, EO is here as well. Good for you, eagle-eyed viewer. So, for this one, Videodrome will be ignored. Yes, Videodrome will be ignored, even though it is an excellent film. I want to kind of put a couple, like, I want the last film to be one that I have seen recently and was kind of blown away by. And I think that's going to have to be Written on the Wind. Yeah. I've recently discovered that, like, Rock Hudson is one of my favorite Hollywood actors of all time. And with this, you've got, like, Lauren Bacall and Robert Stack and Dorothy Malone, who is in a lot of other Douglas Sirk movies. I've really enjoyed every Douglas Sirk film that I've seen. And this film is, like, pure melodrama. If this script were to get made today, it would be a made-for-TV movie for the CW. But the fact that it has this caliber of actors in this caliber of a film just makes it so incredible. So yeah, I would say go check this one out if you haven't seen it. And I'm going to put that in here for my film number 10. What was that, 1956? A lot of old movies in here. God, I must be pretentious or something. You didn't put Boogie Nights on there? I did see Boogie Nights recently, and it is really good. I have no problem saying that Boogie Nights is... Ooh, is it? Is Boogie Nights Paul Thomas Anderson's best film? It's very much near the top. I think I may still prefer Phantom Thread. Yeah, I'd have to think about that one for a bit. Maybe I'll do a video where I rank PTA films. Don't count on it. Although maybe. Although he's got a new film coming out, so I probably wouldn't do that. Magnolia. Oh, we got a Magnolia fan here. Sorry, I really wanted to do a reference to Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back right there, but I forgot the line. See, I'm off. I'm rusty. I gotta shake it off, as T Swift says. So there we go. Top 10 films of all time according to TJ. We got Blade Runner, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Apocalypse Now, Zed, The Life of Oharu, Eyes Wide Shut, Poetry, The Exorcist, Once Upon a Time in the West, and Written on the Wind. Can you debate this list? Absolutely, and I would love it if you were to do that in the comments down below, or in the chat right now if you want to. In fact, chat, what are some of the films you're thinking of putting in your top 10 list? While I submitted, why don't we spend a little bit of time and talk about what you're going to be putting in your top 10 list? I want to see what you guys got going on, and also I'm going to see how many of you have already put in your Cinemateq top 100 list. I can't believe TJ didn't put Nacho Libre. I was this close. Just when I was about to unsubscribe. Yeah, I got him. Also, I just want to say, before you guys start getting in the chat telling me what your top 10 films are going to be, are any of you like new? Because after I went silent on YouTube, like this channel still continued to grow based on subscribers. Like sometimes adding like 2 to 5 subscribers a day, every day for months and months and months. So if you're new here, please get in the chat and let me know, because like, welcome to your first live stream. I want to know. I want to see you out there. And also, a lot of very fine people in here right now. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming, for showing up. It can't be expected that people are just going to come back if I come back. So, hell yeah. Hell yeah to every single one of you. Com Buffin saying hello. I'm guessing you're new here. Hell yeah. Thank you for coming. All right. Ben Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms, yo. There you go, Nick. There you go. You got my back with the Jay and Silent Bob references. Boogie Night would be my top PTA movie. Maybe Magnolia comes a close second. All right. I see a couple of people saying Magnolia. Respect. So, Dory, you're putting Maharaja from 2024. That's a pretty new movie. I'm wondering with this list, like, is Dune Part 1 going to fall off? Because I'm pretty sure it's there. I'm pretty sure Dune Part 1 is on the top 100 list. And like how high will Dune Part 2 be? Because I feel like Dune Part 2 will end up being pretty high. Nick, you're not new. Don't even try it. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? My top 10 is basically only horror films. That's sick. And only number 1 is properly ranked. The other 9 can be placed wherever. You'll probably know the list when you see it. All right, fair enough. Let me see. I'm gonna see if anyone's how many people have done this already. Home Depot. Sure, that's not what I needed. Get out of here. Drive. Yeah. How many people have submitted ballots? 13. We already have 13 ballots in. Holy hell! You guys don't mess around. I'm not going to talk about some of these ballots. I will, however, point out that some of you submitted films without putting the year. We specifically talked about this, and in fact, all of you did it for some films, but not all of them. I guess you must think that I meant that hey, if I can tell which one it is, don't worry about it. Which I guess is fair, but I did give you very specific instructions. That's all right. I'll let you off easy this time, since we're all new here, or at least old here. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me at all. I would like to get freaky with some picks, and I'd figure what's more freaky than the beyond stupidly funny Kung Pao and the pretentious yet inspired Pink Floyd's The Wall. Man, if there's a movie that I could quote more than Kung Pao, it would probably be Clerks, which apparently Dory is also putting in their top 10. God, Kung Pao is so stupid. It's so stupid, but fuck is it funny. I think I'll be doing an entirely new list from last year's. Hell yeah. I love that. I love that idea. I'm putting 12th Fail from 2023. Lots of new movies, Dory, except for Clerks. There Will Be Blood is the best PTA. Punch Drunk Love is close. Yeah, it seems like with almost every list you make with PTA, I feel like the top 4 is going to be some combination of Magnolia, Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood, and Punch Drunk Love. It's just like weirdos like me who think that Phantom Thread is so good. Like a movie about high fashion shot in 70 millimeter. It's yeah, I want to lick it. I want to lick it every time I see it. It's so delicious. 26 here and only 14 likes. Oh my God, you're right. That does seem like a very odd ratio. My top 10: Scream, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Across the Spider-Verse, Pulp Fiction, Spirited Away, Psycho, Parasite, Prisoners, 12 Angry Men, and Whiplash. Nice. Very nice. I think last year I might have put The Birds, or I almost put The Birds. I didn't really consider it for this year. I did rewatch it recently, and I think it's more like I still love it, and if I were to ever make a film, I would steal so much from that film. It's got so many cool like visual ideas in it. I just think that now in my head I'm like, okay, I can acknowledge that there are just flat out better Hitchcock films, and so to me made more sense to leave The Birds out, even though I think it's still like my personal favorite Hitchcock film, but I think Hitchcock is made better. I didn't put my top 10. I put 10 of my favorites that were not on my list last year. That's a cool way of doing it. Drive has got to be in the top 10. For some people, it might be. Hey, Brianna's here. Yes, I am back. Woo! Party time. My number 2 film, Earth Girls Are Easy. That's the rumor. Let's see. Jude, your top 10. After Sun, Before Sunrise, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Marriage Story, Melancholia, Nowhere, Old Boy, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Possession, and Raw. Damn, you are a barrel of laughs, huh? Shit. Is anything in there not sad? No. Jude, you're harshing the vibe, Jude. Hey, Jude, don't harsh the vibe. God, if my neighbors didn't know I was streaming, they do now. Nick, one of my favorite bad films. Wait, what is he talking about? Oh, Earth Girls Are Easy. Right. I remember when you did letterbox roastings, you looked at mine. I basically took all of your advice. Hey, that's awesome. I'm glad I could be of some help to you. But remember, one of the things that you should all remember when it comes to influencers is tell us to shut the fuck up occasionally. You know, don't listen to every little thing that we say, because we're all dumb. We're just dumb. We just have less shame and allow ourselves to exploit ourselves for potential fame and or money on the internet. So feel free to tell us to shut the fuck up occasionally. 39 Steps, baby, talking about the Hitchcock. I have not watched 39 Steps in a long time, but you know what I have watched recently? Speaking of Hitchcock, is Marnie, the one with fucking James Bond in it, Sean Connery. And like, I swear to God, the single acting note that Hitchcock gave to Connery was, I love you in James Bond, can you please be more misogynist? And Sean Connery was like, well, yes, I believe I can. It's incredible. It's incredible. Like, that film like is so misogynist, it's funny. And also just has like some pretty incredible like Hitchcock moments in it. The shoe before it falls, that tension suspense moment, like that's just classic Hitchcock. And it's like just a random shot in the film, and it's just like, yeah, that's what Hitchcock does. But just Marnie is like so wild, and I think worth a watch. But like, fucking trigger warning for misogyny. Wait, are we back, gang? For a little while. Fantastic Mr. Fox barely missed it, to be fair. That would have been a little bit more uplifting. That would have been a tad more uplifting. I was so close to putting Fight Club in my top 10. Well, I guess you got to turn in your film bro card now. Which movie would have been a formative been a formative watch during your adolescence? You mean like a film that kind of like shaped me as a human being? It's been mentioned already, but Clerks certainly was a formative film for me. There was, I'm sorry, I've probably told this story a lot before, but like after I bought that movie on DVD, one of the first movies I bought on DVD, I literally, not like 13-year-old girl literally, I literally watched it every day for like 2 months after school, like straight. I knew that movie front to back. I knew every single line. It was a big part of how I started to develop my interest in film, and it allowed me to expand in a somewhat easy way into like independent cinema. And then after that, I was able to find other American independent films like Hard Candy and Brick. And those also had a lasting effect on me. I will also say Fire in the Sky. That movie freaked me out as a kid. What a wild fucking movie that is. Well, the ending is anyways. Did you dye your mustache? It looks different. No, I just got older. There's more white hairs in this because I'm an old man. Can I resubmit my form in rethinking my decision? I'm pretty sure you're allowed to update it. I can double check that for you though. If not, I'll just like add that functionality into it. But you should be able to like update your ballot. Let me just check these settings. Ooh, 16 responses. Responses. Do not collect email addresses. Allow response editing. Yeah, you can edit your response. I think if you just go back to the link, it'll be there. It's hard to choose only 10 movies. You can do it. I believe in you. I have seen 39 Steps and even did it for my school. You did it for your school? Oh, you're doing a radio show. That's pretty cool. Oof, Marnie. I watched it when I was like 12. Never felt the urge to watch it again. Maybe now's the time. Have you been missing misogyny from your life, Brianna? Maybe it's time to reintroduce it in a safe way. I had to make some painful cuts for mine. We all do. Even though the only way you could see it was by paying attention there. Oh, right. 39 Steps. Okay, so Nick's got some picks. Truman Show, Eraserhead, Modern Times, The Lion King, Boyhood, Nashville, It's a Wonderful Life, Rear Window, The Apartment, and Blazing Saddles. A lot of classic Hollywood there, especially at the end. Love that. We doing top 10s this time? What do you mean? Like we're doing Cinemateq Top 100 like we did last time. Everyone puts in their top 10. Fire in the Sky is wild. Yes, it is. Very similar to me, my dad introduced me to Smith and Clerks and had really helped mold me and open my love and passion for cinema and wanting to pursue it. Yeah, Clerks is like kind of fascinating in that way because it kind of shows you how you can develop a fairly unique, personal, cinematic voice while still being able to just love movies. You know, like Kevin Smith is a fucking nerd about nerdy stuff, but also about films, and he has no problem letting that come through in his cinematic style. And I think that really just it allows people to connect to it a lot easier, lets them know that they can do whatever they want, put themselves in a film, have their own unique take and their own unique visual style and vision and blah 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 blah, but still make something that like a lot of people will watch and be like, yeah, I get this. I understand what it's like to work a minimum wage job. The only people who don't like Clerks are billionaires. That reminds me of the time I watched the Lego Batman movie 8 times in a day. I don't regret it for a second. Dude, speaking of like that kind of moment, I probably pissed off my parents so much when I was younger because there was definitely a day, probably multiple days, where I watched Jim Carrey's The Mask like 5 times in a row on VHS. And I think I also did the same thing for a Goofy movie. Like those 2 films, also very formative films for me. Seriously, Young Frankenstein, Freaked, Fargo, Inc., Dancer in the Dark, and The Blair Witch Project all had to be cut from that list. Those are good movies. I kind of want to rewatch The Blair Witch Project. I've been thinking about it a lot recently. I don't know why. Maybe there's a witch in my apartment and I just haven't found her yet. Little does she know that I'm going to take her out for a date when I find her. We should all coordinate so that there's no overlap. Everyone should submit completely unique movies from each other. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. If you do that, then there will be no like structure to the actual top 100. every single film will just get one vote, and there will be a like million-way tie for first place. We want there to be overlap. This is how we get to the top 100. Okay, Rocky, Austin Powers, 1, 8.5. The Graduate, Red Shoes, 12 Years a Slave, and Frankenstein almost made it. Nice. Can we ban Mel Gibson films? You can personally ban them yourself. I have a feeling that like Lethal Weapon 3 isn't going to make it in, but who knows? The Thing? Oh yeah, The Thing, baby. Imagine The Greatest Showman makes the list due to the news that just came out. It might, you know. Things happening recently, I think, plays a lot into what happens with a list like this. So I think that's totally fine. A shame Kevin Smith went downhill recently. He became a parody of himself. I think he just realized, like, I think he has kind of done the exact same thing that, what's his name? That M. Night Shyamalan has realized, which is that, like, Hollywood is not going to give him money anymore, so he needs to self-finance everything. And now that he's self-financing everything, he can just make what he wants to make without having to do what producers or studio executives want him to do. And maybe that means that his films have become, like, quote-unquote worse, or he's gone downhill, but at the same time, they are more authentic representations of what he wants to do and put out there in the world. So that's kind of a good thing, right? Have you seen Beau Travail yet? No. It's on the list, don't you worry. I was watching Silence of the Lambs for a week in repeat when I was in high school. It made me a movie lover. That's a good one. That's a good one to do that with. Let's see what Jared put. Fan 4-Stick, Ghostbusters 2016, Cozilla, Madam Web, House Shark, Virus Shark, Highlander 2, Wavelength. Wait, Wavelength? The Michael Snow film? Because that's fine. The Godfather Part 3 and Terminator Genesis. You know what? All of those are fine. All of those are perfectly fine. You think Fury Road will make it because of the boost from Furiosa? I don't know about that. I know that there have been a lot of people sort of out there professing their love for Fury Road, especially in the wake of Furiosa. But I also wonder if there's going to be like a counter movement against it where people were revisiting Fury Road in the lead up to Furiosa and maybe realize that it wasn't quite as good as they remembered. Maybe. I wonder if that is something that is happening. I think maybe it is. What happened? I know nothing. I'm busy watching How I Met Your Mother. What happened? Huh? I'm writing a screenplay that's like Clark's, but about Gen Z film bros who work at the movies. That's interesting. You got to get something in there too about how, like, they're worried about the theater closing, but they also don't care that much about the theater closing, you know? Like maybe that's the character arc they go on, realizing that they need a physical space in order to appreciate movies and form community while trying to like relentlessly fight against streaming services. Or not. I'm stuck for a movie to watch right now. Any recommendations? That's a loaded question, Sam, so I will leave it to the chat to recommend movies for you. Actually, you know what? I'll give you one. One that I watched recently that I think I saw in theaters, so it should be available to you to watch now. And it is called, Oddity. You should watch this horror film called Oddity. That one freaked me out a little bit. Not gonna lie. There's the opening segment really just tries to like kill you with the way it's framed, and it works. It works real good. Yeah, check Oddity out. Very good, low budget horror film. It'll definitely freak you out. Speaking of self-financing, have you heard of this new Francis Ford Coppola film? I have, and it's playing at TIFF. I'm not going to see it at TIFF though because it's part of the gala presentation. What's weird though about this movie, what's weird about Megalopolis, the new what's weird about Megalopolis, the new Francis Ford Coppola film, is that apparently at some point in the film, a person in the audience needs to stand up and speak. It's like built into the film. It's part of the screenplay. And so when that film actually comes out in IMAX in like September or October, are all of the IMAX theaters going to have like a paid actor somewhere in the theater to deliver those lines? That's really the only reason I can think of that maybe it would be a good idea to go see it at TIFF, because they would show the proper TIFF thing, right? Like at TIFF, they would do it properly. They would have this random guy standing up and talking during the movie when they're supposed to. Or at a Cineplex during a random screening, I don't know. Maybe there's different versions of the film that are going to be out there. Like, it's a big question mark. But yeah, it's certainly an interesting film, to be sure. I watched Zodiac so many times. It's a good thing it was on DVD, because otherwise it'd be on a watch list. It's coming to 4K Blu-ray pretty soon too. I'm probably going to rent it at some point. Did you see Trap? I have not seen Trap yet. Yeah, I haven't seen Trap yet. Although I may. M. Night making bank, giving his daughter a giant shout out with Trap 2. I wouldn't say he's making bank. I think the movie before this one, before Trap, did well, but Trap is going to lose money at the box office, unfortunately. They just covered Trap on the Blank Check podcast. I actually want to see it. Yeah, I'm going to check it out eventually. I just don't want to pay a lot of money for it. I also don't really like going to movie theaters that much anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's just the quality of movies I've been seeing has been going down a little bit. Like, I just saw Deadpool and Wolverine and was not a fan. And then, yeah, I kind of just don't like people anymore either. People are dumb. You guys are great, though. I recommend Halloween and Alien, of course. I saw all Mad Max films in prep for Furiosa. Loved all but Thunderdome. Yeah, that's fair. Was Cinemateq any good? I heard a lot of buzz about it. So I didn't see it personally, and so I shouldn't say a word about it. And maybe that's where I'll leave it. I think it's one of those films where you need to see it in order to like either to know if you're going to love it or hate it. It's certainly that kind of film from what I've been told. So are we back on live streams every Wednesday now? Well, today is Tuesday. So no. But yeah, basically this is like a limited engagement thing that I'm doing. I was going to do a live stream next week, but now I don't think I am, because the thing I was going to be live streaming about next week, I'm going to be doing tonight, just after we do some more of this chit chat. And so I'm trying to think of reasons as to why I would do live streams between now and like the Cinemateq Top 100 reveal in like probably a month. I haven't come up with anything yet. So the best I can say is just turn your notifications on, join the Cinemateq Discord, which is linked down in the description box below, and then you'll know if I do decide to go live. If I do, it'll be on a Tuesday night. Wednesdays are for Baldur's Gate 3 now. I saw Furiosa in IMAX with my best friend the day before I graduated high school. Very nice. I also saw it in IMAX. Watching Prometheus for the first time as we speak. Ooh, have fun with that if you can. The goat is back. I have the benefit of living in Ireland. It's out of the ordinary for there to be more than a couple of people at any movie that's not a giant big blockbuster. That's kind of fun, but also, God, is the theater gonna die? I feel like the theater is gonna die. Sorry, I gotta reset my brain. I'm not as good at this as I used to be. Everyone, hands in the air. Bear pose. Bear pose. Expose your belly. Expose your belly, everyone. Let the person sitting across from you know that you mean them no harm. Are you still feeling burnt out to do a weekly live stream? That was your thing for a while there. Yeah, it's more of like the why of doing a weekly live stream. I don't feel the need to stream for streaming's sake anymore, and so there really needs to be a reason to do it. And so I think I'm going to do I'm obviously going to do a live stream to show like the winners of the Cinemateq Top 100. I might do a live stream to show the to like do like a ranking video or whatever for all the films I see at TIFF, that kind of thing. But beyond that, I don't really know if I'm going to have a reason to do another live stream until like award season comes around. And even then, I may only do the 2 live streams for the Cinemateq Film, or like the announcement of the Cinemateq Film Awards the actual film awards, and the Oscar live stream. Hot take in this community: love DePauw, had so much fun. I understand. Oh, Deadpool. I understand the MCU's negative impact on Hollywood, but there are still some I love, and I recommend me being deep into stories and characters. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to like the film if you're into it. I, for one, I mean, I have my opinions on Deadpool versus Wolverine, and also, like, one of the things I need to be careful of because of my job, I need to be careful about what films I talk about and how I talk about them. Like, if it's films from the 1950s, I will rip them a new asshole. But if it's, you know, films, current day films that perhaps are from distributors and vendors that I work with on a day-to-day basis, probably not good for me to be super critical of them on the internet. So yeah, that's probably another reason why I wouldn't be live streaming as much with my current job, because it's a very weird tightrope to be walking. Will Deadpool make the Cinemateq Top 100? I mean, it might. There's a chance. Although I don't think any of the either two. I don't think either of the first two Deadpool movies made it. Although I could be wrong. Okay, time to reset in my brain because we're moving on to section number 2. Wait. But how does that affect the overall ranking of the top 100? What, my job? Not at all. I don't think any of the vendors would be. Oh, if anyone can change it at any time. Well, like, I'm going to stop the ballot. We're going to stop the count at some point in time. Probably like 2 weeks. I'll put out like an announcement saying, like, let's just say, you know, let's just come up with the date right now. So if I do the announcement on, the announcement of the Cinemateq Top 100 will be on September 24th because that's the week after TIFF and I will have recovered from that. Then I am going to stop the count on, let's say, September 15th. Yeah, let's say September 15th. I'll just add that into the thing. Because we're doing it live, god damn it. We're making this shit up as we go. Voting closes on September, you know what, I'm going to say 13th. Wait, do we have a Friday the 13th in September? Did I just see that shit? What is this? What is this nonsense? Why can't I see my calendar anymore? What's happening? I've turned into an old man. I don't know how to use my computer. This is actually really weird. Why isn't it showing me the calendar anymore? You stupid bastard. What's going on? Oh, there it is. Yeah, do we have a Friday the 13th? Then we do! We have a Friday the 13th in September. It's during TIFF, though, which kind of sucks for me. But it's the last Friday of TIFF. That's not so bad. It's so much better when we have Friday the 13th in October, though. But still, I'll take it. So you know what? Let's say Friday the 13th. That'll be when voting closes. 2024. Top 100 revealed on September, what did I say? 25th? 24th. So we're definitely going to be doing a live stream on September 24th. And if I can figure out a reason to do a live stream before that, then we will. But if not, probably not. Okay, so that's there. Good thing I only go to school on Tuesdays. Thank you. Oh, wait, what? I wish there was more than 10. Oh, yeah. TIFF has so many anticipated films this year. Yeah, they do. I don't know. It feels a bit weaker than previous years, but I guess this year we're going to have a full festival without any, like, strikes or anything, so that's good. That's a good thing. Also just want to say to everyone, like, please share this around the top 100. Like, get your friends to do it. Like, let's get as many people as we can involved in this. I think last time we did this, we had like over 100 people who put their top 10 in. And the more we have, the less bullshit ties there's going to be and all that kind of stuff. So please, please get everyone you know to vote on the Cinemateq Top 100 for this year. All right. Now I will actually gargle and reset because we're moving on to part 2 of the live stream. I'm gonna pretend this is a YouTube video. Try to act surprised in the chat. What the hell am I gonna watch at TIFF 2024? Did you know that they have over like 250 movies at TIFF 2024? That's way too many. It is physically impossible to watch every single film programmed at the Toronto International Film Festival this year, which is kind of just a thing that they do. They always do that. So what we're going to do right now is go through not all of the films here, but like a good amount of the films here. And I am going to figure out the 20 films that I am going to see at TIFF. And hopefully throughout this process, you can figure out some films that you want to see and even maybe that you're excited about. And I'm excited about doing that right now. Is TIFF short for Tiffany? Yes. So this is how I'm going to do this. It's exactly the same as what I did. I just realized I should probably close some things. It's exactly the same as the way I did it last year with one little amendment. So we're going to get 20 films, the discoveries and the no-brainers. The discoveries need to meet a certain amount of criteria. This is my way of forcing myself to watch some films that I may not have otherwise seen. And I want to do this because I'm always down for seeing new, incredible films that come out of nowhere and blow me away. And there is some criteria that we are going to be following for this. You can see here, 5 of the films for the discoveries must be directed by a woman. 3 of them must be a Canadian. 3 of them must be African. 3 of them must be Latin American. 1 of them must be from the whole rest of the world. And 2 of them must be from the Wavelengths program. For those of you who remember last year, I did do a column for docs. I have looked at the docs slate. I have not seen much that really interests me. And the docs that I saw last year are not that noteworthy, honestly. I feel like all of the really good docs go to the documentary specific festivals like Hot Docs, RIP, and also like IDFA and CPH Docs and like all of those documentary festivals. They get the good shit. TIFF gets some okay high profile ones, but like nothing's really doing it for me this year. So this is what we're going to be doing. Discoveries, no-brainers, backups in case there are whatever, conflicts and screening times and things like this. And there's going to be a couple of freebies because through my job, I occasionally get invited to go see films, and I've been invited to 2 of them already. So as that list grows potentially, then this is going to be affected. So let's start figuring this out. And I already have some of this preloaded because I did a little bit of research today before I came on the stream. We're going to start with Wavelengths because there's 2 specific films in Wavelengths that I want to see, and I'm going to tell you why. One of them, actually, I'll just wait until I actually open it. Yeah. One of them is called The Damned, and this is a film that won, I believe, one of the big awards at the Cannes International Film Festival. It won either On Certain Regard or it won something else. And I always try to see some of the big award winners from Cannes every year at TIFF. That's one of the things that TIFF is really good at. It basically hoovers up all of the award winners from Cannes and just spits them back out. With the exception of the film that won like the camera prize this year, which sucks because the film that won the camera prize last year, Inside the Yellow Cocoon Shell, was dope. And I was looking forward to seeing another dope camera movie, but I guess not. So we've got The Damned. We're going to put that in here. Did I turn caps lock on? Yes, I did. The Damned. Wavelengths. Boom. And then the other Wavelengths film that we're going to be doing is Grand Tour, which is another one. It's another film that won a prize at Cannes. Yes, it won the Best Director prize at Cannes. And that's all I need to know. I don't need to know a single other thing. Do I care about this man holding a pineapple in the rain? No. I'm going to find out his story in a little while. But this is where we start. So that was Grand Tour. Now, unfortunately, these films only check off wavelengths. And I guess one of them would be Rest of the World, because this one is, I mean, there's a lot of countries there, but we're going to say it's a Portuguese film because it's in the Portuguese language. And The Damned is Europe. So, yeah, I'm making this hard on myself already. But I guess one of these will get the Rest of the World tag as well. So that one's done. Hooray! So now we need to do directed by a woman, Canadian, African, and Latin American. This is probably going to be a little tricky. Mostly because TIFF's website is dumb. Let me show you. Here is TIFF's own website. These are all of the films playing at the Toronto International Film Festival this year, including like some other events that are in there as well. There are dozens of Canadian films. Let's see what happens when we sort for Canadian films. It appears that there are only 2 films here that are Canadian, including one that isn't even Canadian. That's kind of weird. TIFF, fix your website. So we're going to have to do the Canadian thing the old-fashioned way, although from what I can tell, the sorting by directed by women is fine. It's not broken. So maybe we should start with that, because 5 of these films need to be directed by women in the first place. And I wonder, did I put any of these in my shortlist already? Because I'm a little sneaky boy. Maybe. The Seed of the Sacred Fig? No. No, I think all of these are more of the... Oh, yeah, this one. Well, that's not directed by a woman. We're not doing that one yet. Okay. We're off to a good start here. All right. So all of these are directed by women. And we do want to make sure, at least I want to make sure, that I'm not seeing films that I know I'm going to be able to see very, very, very easily. Like Baby Girl, this Nicole Kidman film. That's going to be coming to theaters. Of course it is. But then I also want to make sure that I'm seeing stuff that I'm kind of interested in. And we're really just going to be basing a lot of that off of the pictures. Andrea Arnold, I know, is a well-liked director, but there's a Canadian film here. What is this? Bonjour, Trieste? Triste ici? Where? Durga Chumo's adaptation, unforgettable coming-of-age novel of the same name, is a sun-soaked heralding of a singular artist. That sounds kind of cool. All right, let's keep that as one of the ones. What else we got? Bound in Heaven. I already checked that one out. It didn't look super cool. Normally, I would definitely put like a Matty Diop film in here, but I have checked out this film. I haven't seen it, but unfortunately, it's only like 68 minutes long, and I'm just not going to throw down $30 to see a movie that's barely 1 hour long. Like, I don't care how good it is. That's just kind of nuts. This movie, from what I recall, sounded kind of interesting. Daughter's Daughter, coming to us from Taiwan. This emotionally faceted, masterful, assembled second feature from the director whose name is this, who I will not try to pronounce, stars screen legend Sylvia Chang as a woman forced to decide the fate of her recently deceased daughter's embryo. That sounds heart-wrenching. I think we're going to leave that one there as a possibility as well. Do I know you from somewhere? It's a Canadian film. What is this? I was ready to say it, but I'm going to try to stay away from like the obviously not good Canadian films that are here just because TIFF wants a lot of Canadian films. I'm just like, I love watching Canadian films. I want to see as many Canadian films as I want or as I can, but some of them are just not up to snuff, man. And I'm just going to try to avoid it for now. I commit a couple fines, their life slipping away, not because they've done anything in particular, but because their history is unwriting itself, sort of. No. Doesn't get me. It doesn't get me. Jane Austen wrecked my life? No, we're not doing that. I don't know why, but we're not. Also, if you guys see anything here that you're interested in and you want to know more about, please let me know. Linda from Discovery. What's up with you? You're from Argentina, so that potentially could be Latin American. Self-assured, mysterious, and captivating, Linda agrees to work at an affluent home in Buenos Aires. Her charm sparks strong sexual attraction among all members of the family, exposing how fragile their external happy veneer really is. Ooh, that sounds right up my alley. All right, we're going to keep that one as a possibility for sure. What else we got? What else we got? Can you make a letterbox list of these so I can put them on my watch list? Of all the films that I pick? Yeah, sure, I can do that. Looks like, Nick, you're also giving me some options here. Honora, Conclave, Saturday Night. Amelia Perez. That was one of the ones I was thinking about going to, but I feel like it's going to get a release. It did win, like, Best Actress for every actress who's in it at Cannes, so yeah. Queer I also want to see, but once again, that will get released. Night Bitch will get released. These other ones I'm not familiar with, though. Gotta go now. Great to see you stream again, TJ. Thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by. I don't agree with restricting by demographics. See, this is the thing. This is not restricting by demographics, what I'm doing. I'm forcing myself to expose myself to things that I might otherwise miss. And you'll notice that if you look at the way this is broken down, I don't have Asia written here, because I personally just see a lot of films from the Asian region accidentally all the time. Japan, South Korea, I see a lot of those. Also see a fair number of Middle Eastern films because the Iranian film industry has been so good for all of the years. I'm really just forcing myself to watch movies from places that I don't normally watch from to make sure that I'm doing that. And I don't really consider that as like restricted by demographics. I'm trying to keep myself as wide open as possible. Which is maybe restricted by demographics to you. I don't know. I think it's fine. Okay. Paying for it, Sookyun Lee. No, probably not going to do that. I think I've seen other Sookyun Lee films and I wasn't like a big fan. On Falling, this was one that I was kind of interested in. Because like the first image I saw, I thought maybe this woman was working in an archive, but I don't think that's actually true. In her feature debut, Laura Carrera crafts an intimate and unwavering portrait of an isolated Portuguese migrant and her relationship to the precarious labor that constrains and defines her. I don't know, not really feeling that. We're really just going off of vibes here, everyone. We're just going off of vibes. Ooh, what is this Shepherds movie? Canadian movie, no less. Ooh, is it a French-Canadian film? Oh, hell yeah. Yo, Quebecois cinema is so much better than English-Canadian cinema, so when I start picking out some of these Canadian ones, you better believe they're going to be French. A Montreal copywriter sets out to reinvent himself as a sheep herder in the French Alps despite knowing literally nothing about the centuries-old craft in this adaptation from director and co-writer Sophie Derespi. Maybe, although that would probably be the first one to get cut, if we're being honest. Superboy, what? Superboys of Malagaon? Nope, not doing that. Sunshine, what is this? What is this? Oh, it's from the Philippines. Interesting. The latest from Filipina filmmaker Antoinette Jadone is a dramatic story of a young gymnast who finds out she's pregnant just before trying out for the national team. Her? She's young, dude. Oh, this is gonna be a depressing like. No, that's. It's probably gonna be good though. We'll put it in the maybe. Okay, Sweet Angel Baby, I just saw the trailer for this, and it made me not want to watch it anymore. It just seems like a not very good Canadian film, and I have no patience for it. The Assessment. What are you? Set in a future world destroyed by climate change, a couple must pass an assessment before they are allowed to have a child in this sci-fi thriller starring Alicia Vikander and Elizabeth Olsen. Excuse me? Pardon? Baking powder? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's probably going to get put into like the, yeah. No, this one, okay. Hold on, the assessment? Yeah, no, I'm putting that into the no-brainers. Sci-fi. Vikander. Olsen. Those are my notes. Yeah, that's like an immediate like, oh damn. So Cinemateq, what Canadian film is the best? I don't know, Dead Ringers probably. Let's see, The Exiles, The Courageous. I'm really trying to find more Canadian. Primetime. That's not anything. I searched for Oddity online and couldn't find a good version. Any other recommendations? Props to you for actually looking for it. Let's see. What else have I watched recently that you might have the ability to watch because it is available? It is not a total buzzkill. Yo, if you can find Miami Connection, watch Miami Connection. That movie rules. It's bad, but it rules. The Listeners. I'm kind of looking for more. No, it's primetime anyways. The Mountain. I don't want to see kid movies. The Last Showgirl. What are you? What are you? Gia Coppola. Oh, that'll be... Yeah, she's part of the Coppolas. A seasoned performer must plan for her future when her show abruptly closes after a 30-year run. Starring Pamela Anderson, Jamie... Oh, no, that's gonna get a huge wide release. We're not even gonna mess with that. The last one to see. We're not doing docs this year. The Substance. I mean, fuck. I'm just gonna put that in my no-brainers right now. For those of you who don't know, The Substance is the new Demi Moore film that did really well at Cannes. A lot of people thought that it had a really good shot at winning the Palme d'Or, but it ended up going to Anora instead. Yeah, that one's... I gotta see that one as soon as possible. Like, I'm making a distinction between the films that are so obviously going to be released soon and the films that I cannot literally wait to see. And The Substance is one of them. The Swedish Torpedo. This looks like a swimming biopic. We're getting kind of close to the end here. The Wolves Always Come In. We do have a couple to go with here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have a few. Vermiligio. Pardon. What does this mean? Towards the end of the Second World War, in a high remote mountain village in the Italian Alps, the arrival of a refugee soldier alters the dynamics of a place forever. No. Oh, You Are Not Alone. Yeah, this is one that I kind of picked out earlier and looks great. What if you saw The Substance on a substance? Oh, boy. That would be a lot of fun, I imagine. You Are Not Alone, yeah. In Montreal, 20-something Leo delivers pizza and gets drunk, and that's pretty much it. He's alone and he's sad and doing nothing about it. Until he meets Rita, a sweet-natured musician who thinks he might be a keeper. The thing is, Leo is already taken. He's just been targeted by an alien who preys on Montreal's lonely and alienated men and doesn't care if Leo's luck has turned. Yup. It mentions it down here, but it's basically like Under the Skin mixed with Punch Drunk Love, and yeah, we're doing that one. So You Are Not Alone. That's definitely going up here. You Are Not Alone. Michael Jackson song. Someone in the chat sing it. So that one is directed by a woman, and it is Canadian. Boom. Easy. So let's get that out of there. What else we got here? This one, also Canadian. Coming of age novel, the same name. It's The Sun-Soaked. It's The Sun-Soaked that gets me, because if this has some grain in it and there are people basking in the sun, I know I'm going to love the visual aesthetic of it. This also sounded good. Oh yeah, this one sounded good, and it's Argentinian, so it would be a Latin American film as well. So we're going to do that one. Linda. Directed by a woman. Latin American. See? We're killing it. We're killing it out here. Sunshine. We've already used the one rest of the world, so I think I can only pick stuff from I can only pick stuff from Canada, Latin America, and Africa. So that has to go. Linda, we've already picked. That has to go. Okay. Interesting. I haven't checked all the Canadian films yet. We've only been looking... Yeah, there might be Canadian films directed by dudes that would work. So we'll keep Bonjour Trieste and Shepherds as possibilities. Let's see. Gotta bounce. This was fun. Night, everyone. Hope this happens again soon. Good times. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Thanks, and I hope you have a good night. What show should I watch now that I finished Better Call Saul? I think, man, I think The West Wing might be interesting for you to try out. Simply because it's really interesting to watch it in contrast to the current political climate of America. And I think it's a really well-written show, even though I do not agree with all of Aaron Sorkin's ideas. Anyways. So yeah, watch The West Wing. We do need to pick... Oh, I do just need, like, 3 more directed by women. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. Never seen The West Wing. Oh, you should. It was like one of those first shows that was like a prestige show, you know? Like, you could probably make an argument that The Sopranos doesn't exist if The West Wing doesn't exist. Which was wild because The West Wing was on network television. The wolves always come at night. What are you? Australia, Mongolia, Germany. It doesn't really fit. I'm going to have to go through these again. The party's over. I think I checked that one out. Wasn't that into it. What is this? Oh, no, that's prime time. The Knowing is prime time. Fire Inside. Check that out. I wasn't interested in it. What is The Courageous all about? Switzerland. Nope, that doesn't work. This is tough. If you're into musicals, I just watched Smash and it's so good, even though it started 12 years ago and only has 2 seasons. Oh, really? Temporary Shelter. This one... Yeah, I saw the trailer for this. If I was doing docs, this would be one of the docs. Tada. That's a doc as well. Sunshine. Yeah, we already eliminated that. Space Cowboy. God damn, this is hard. You should watch 12 Hour Shift. It's a horror comedy set in 1999 Arkansas hospital. It's hilarious on Shudder. All right. I don't have Shudder. I've honestly cut down a lot of my streaming services, but... the reason I've done that is because I've gotten back into physical media. And so I rent movies from the video store now, and it's actually pretty sick. I've seen parts of Seeds already, and I don't think I need to watch it at the festival. Russians at War might be interesting. Maybe, I don't know, let's just check this out to see what it's all about. A cultural snapshot at Turn of the Millennium Toronto with subtle comic energy and a great cast. Sookie Lee's adaptation of Chester Brown's autobiographical 2011 graphic novel is a movie only Lee could make because it's her story too. Looks like it stars that guy. Oh wait, is that... Who's in this? Who's the cast? Someone just give me a list of the cast so I don't have to look it up. Hi, Ahmed. How are you? Emily Lee... Oh, wait. There's a woman from Rice Boy Sleeps in it? That's kind of cool. Shit. All right, maybe I will check this out. All right, I'm going to add this then. Paying for it. Directed by a woman. Canadian. Let's see if we can get... Ooh, wait. I could probably just do, like, multiple filters here, right? Yeah. Yeah, so then what are the other things that we need? We got nothing from Africa yet. I did take a look at these, and Africa might be a bit tough. Or I may have to just do... Wait, these are... Oh, it's not filtering properly. God damn it, TIFF. Fix your site. Good God, it's just adding them together. It's not filtering down. It's not how filters work, TIFF. God, you guys suck. What is this? April. Italy, France, Georgia. Nope. This is kind of frustrating. Fuck, should I increase the rest of world and just decrease the African and Latin American by 1? Shit, I might have to. Because I know there's not a lot of African films in the festival this year. It's not as well represented. Could just go with these two, and then that would be our. That's all of the directed by women, and they're both Canadian. I'd only do one of them then. So let's do this one then. Because I think I would prefer to see this one over Shepherds. Directed by women, Canadian. And then we would only need one Canadian film and one more film directed by a woman. So then we can open up the rest. Okay. So then what is the last film directed by a woman? What is it going to be? I already got Linda, right? Yeah. Linda? Oh yeah, Linda was South American. Only streaming services I have are Hulu, Max, Prime, and Tubi, and visit my friend for Netflix. What's going on? I'm new here. I'm putting together all of the films I'm going to try to see at the Toronto International Film Festival. I'm torturing myself by making it so I have to pick a certain number of films from like certain places in the world, and that certain number that are directed by women and certain programs. And then I've got my list of no-brainers here, which will just be all the other cool movies that I want to see, but are not going to be going to theaters and are perhaps not going to be that popular. We're going to be adding to that one very shortly. But first, the Canadian films are already done. Nope, we got one more. We got, oh yeah, no, sorry, Canada is done. You're right, I'm dumb. So now we need, maybe this would be easier than, instead of going directed by women, we did Latin American, where is it? Latin American cultures, let's go. Okay, I think there was some stuff here that I saw that I was into. Kill the Jockey. Who? Oh wait, no. There was this one. So this guy, Rodrigo Prieto, it's his first feature film, but he's like the cinematographer for Martin Scorsese. So he was like the cinematographer on Killers of the Flower Moon, and this is his first film. So yeah, we're gonna do that one. We're gonna do that one for sure. Oh, then what is your top 5 favorite movies of all time? Will you see, Ahmed? I went through that earlier in the live stream because we're doing, once again, earlier in the live stream, the Cinemateq Top 100. So if you want to vote in your top 10 favorite films, link in the description box below, you can go do that. But for me, top 5 is like Blade Runner, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Apocalypse Now, Zed from the late 60s, and probably like Life of Oharu or Poetry. Like both of those films are pretty incredible. All right. Let's see if we can find ourselves one more Latin American film. Pepe is supposed to be good. Yeah. Oh, wait, is it? Oh, Nambia. It's technically an African film. Winner of the Silver Bear for Best Director at this year's Berlin Film Festival is a heady, attentive travelogue inspired by the life and death of Pablo Escobar's prized hippos. sounds kind of good. And it is? And like the languages here, like Afrikaans, and I think this one are also like African languages. So I think this would count. Yeah, I would count this. Yeah, let's do it. It's one extra wavelengths, but there's nothing saying that we can't have more. So that would be African and wavelengths. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. I don't think I can actually pick this one now, can I? Like, it's also Spanish, so I guess it could be Latin America as well, but I feel like that's cheating. Is that cheating? Okay, we're gonna take Pepe off for now, because I realize now that I have fucked up. Because I need to get 3 African films at the end. Oh no. 3 African films at the end, but then I also need a Latin American film. All right. Interstellar is a good film. It's a very good film. It's one of Nolan's better films, but it's not in my top 5 or top 10. I've seen a lot of movies, you see. Let's see. Okay. How am I going to go about getting the African films? Because as I said before, like the Africa Dysphoria is now showing up properly. Oh no, it was the Canadian one that wasn't showing up. Perfect. And we still need a film directed by a woman. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do it, everyone. We're gonna do it. Anywhere, anytime. What is this? This is an Italian film. Oh yeah, because the diaspora is also telling stories about people who have gone to other places. Oh yeah, Freedom Way. This was going to be one of the ones. This one sounds kind of cool. A startup faces unfavorable government laws and police harassment, causing a ripple effect in the lives of 9 individuals, setting them on a collision course. Sounds like an interesting thriller from Nigeria, one of the largest film producing nations in Africa. So kind of curious to check that out. So let's do that. Africa, bam, got him on the board. Hard Truths by Mike Lee. This is another one that I wanted to have because this was another film, Soleiman's Story, that it did, it won the Uncertain Regard Best Actor prize at Cannes. So I assume it would be like real good. In fact, may end up going down into the, I think this would probably end up going into the backups. Whoa, geez Louise. Uncertain Regard Best Actor winner. What else we got? This is another one that I was interested in, but once again, it's the United States of America. It's not actually Africa. In fact, which of these films is actually from Africa? Did I just get fucked here? So that's from Spain. The Piano Lesson is United States of America. Bro, you really have to watch. Watch what? I've seen Interstellar. Village Keeper, what's up with you? That's a Canadian film. I have watched a lot. I have watched a lot of films. It's true. Mother, I kind of like this one's Somali, but Kanan here is like the artist who did that waving flag song from the Olympics, I think. And I'm not that interested in seeing his film. I may have to change the what is the latest count of the submissions? I can check. Hold on. It's so fun to have ADHD and be a live streamer. Oh, wait. That's the wrong thing, TJ. Responses. 21. 21. The Piano Lesson sounds okay, but can get Sam Jackson an Oscar. The Piano Lesson? Wait, Samuel L. Jackson's in it? I must have missed that. Oh, Samuel L. Jackson is in there. Okay. John David Washington, Daniel Deadweiler. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty... That actually sounds like a pretty solid movie, actually. But, yeah, I think I'm just trying to demonstrate here, like, how many of these films are actually from Africa? Patrice the Movie is American. Hard Truths is British. Freedom Way, we've already got that. What is 40 Acres, this Canadian film? Cree. In a post-apocalyptic future where food is scarce, the last descendants of a black family of farmers who settled in Canada have the American Civil War must protect their homestead from an organized militant hellbent on taking their land. What? Excuse me? That's interesting. God, I don't know. Okay, where are we at? So I've got my Canadian films, so no more Canadian films. I need one more directed by a woman, and I need two more. I think with the African ones, I honestly don't think I can fulfill this, just based on what's here. Like, I'm not seeing the Mehdi Diop film. A lot of these other ones are not actually from Africa. Yeah, I think I may just have to change this to be one of one. So then that means that we're going to raise the rest of world to 2. And we're going to get one more Latin American film and one more rest of the world film. We still need to get one more directed by a woman, which means... Okay, here we go. This is where it all starts to make sense. We go back to directed by women. We go back to... No. We go back to Latin America. Yes. Yes, Latin American cultures. It's all going to work. It's all going to work. How was your first time at TIFF or any festival? Did you watch more mainstream stuff, or did you have festival bias for mid or bad films? I've gone to TIFF for like 12 or 13 years in a row at this point. I started going pretty hard on TIFF maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, seeing like 30 to 40 films. This year I'm going to be seeing less, although I always say that, and I always end up seeing more. Although I'm not taking time off work, so I need to balance against that as well. But yeah, I try to see like less mainstream stuff, but there are still like some mainstream films that I just gravitate to and I want to see no matter what. Like, I'm just excited about them. So, you know, it kind of depends. Also, like, I'm not going to be covering the festival as like an influencer or like a film critic or anything like that, so I don't really feel the need to go see all of these movies, all of these like more mainstream films, and so I don't. Okay, Latin American film. What are you? What are you? Mother and her long-lost son journey through war-torn Colombia, seeking redemption and discovering that only great sacrifices can heal their souls and mend their fractured past. Interesting. Interesting. Carnival is over. What's up with you? Ooh, Brazilian film. Regina and Valero are a happy couple seeking a way out of their criminal family business, but their efforts only push them deeper into the pit they hope to escape. That could be interesting. I also saw this, Kill the Jockey, Luis Ortega. Why does that name sound familiar to me? Lots of places. Boasting a truly memorable couple with an already essential filmography, Argentinian auteur Luis Ortega returns to the festival with Kill the Jockey, a heartfelt and wholly unforgettable thriller. I mean, I do like a thriller. You know what? That sounds good to me. Kill the Jockey. Kill the Jockey. Latin America. Done. So now we just need another film directed by a woman that's from the rest of the world. That'll be super easy. There were a bunch of them that I had to skip over. I wish I had kept that list, but we'll go through it quickly, and then we'll get on to the no-brainers for me. Directed by women. And as for bias, were you fair or give mid or bad films a pass because you were at a festival? No, I'm always tough. I'm always a tough cookie to crack, or to crumble, or whatnot. So what were the ones here that I thought were cool that I kind of went, that I didn't consider? Hold your breath. What was that? What are you? American. Sarah Paulson returns to her home in genre work in the supernatural and psychological film. Ooh, that sounds nice. Might do that. Although I don't really like doing American films in this section. Love in the Big City. I saw a trailer for that and was not that into it. Meet the Barbarians. I've already seen On Becoming a Guinea Fowl. Night Bitch is too popular. On Falling, maybe. Seeds, I've already seen part of it. Satosh, what are you? It's from India. I don't think we have an Indian film yet, do we? Oh, it's from the United Kingdom. Never mind. In rural northern India, the widow of a slain officer takes his place on a force ripe with compromised ethics. Okay, it's a cop film. Not that into it. Shepherds. Sunshine, I was interested in that. The Assessment, we already put that in the other one. The Courageous, what was that again? Poignant and impeccable crafted feature debut, motherhood, moral integrity, complex portrait of a sort of woman who is rarely depicted. Ooh, I do like that poster. Last Showgirl's too popular. Substance is in the other one. What was Triumph? This platform film. Wait, is that Maria Bakalova, or whatever her name is? Christian Goreza and Peter Velchanov's Triumph, combined with previous films Lessons of Glory, forms a trilogy inspired by sensational news stories from their Bulgarian homeland that prove once and for all the truth is stranger than fiction. Well, if it's in a trilogy, probably not. You're Not Alone, we already got that. Without Blood, Angelina Jolie, that'll be popular. All right. So our choices then are Hold Your Breath, On Falling, which is an unwavering portrait of a migrant on her relationship to precarious labor that constrains and defines her. Sunshine, which actually, I think it's going to end up being Sunshine. That sounds... Yeah, let's do Sunshine. Sunshine, directed by a woman, rest of the world. We did it, everybody. All right. So now we're going to try to go through these, the no-brainers as quickly as possible. I know you guys probably don't want to see me just like looking at a spreadsheet all the goddamn time. All We Imagine as Light, TIFF 2024 film, won Best Actress at Cannes. All We Imagine as Light? Yes, this movie. Maybe. A Night of Knowing Nothing. Oh, that movie's so good. A Night of Knowing Nothing. Yeah, this could be sick, actually. Moving from urban bustle. Like extreme light reverie. Yeah, all right. Do that. All We Imagine is Light. This is one thing that, like, you really got to try to do at some of these film festivals is, like, look for films directed by people who have done stuff that you like in the past. Like, of course, try to branch out, try to see new stuff, but sometimes you gotta go with old faithful, you know what I mean? A Night of Knowing Nothing. A Night of Knowing Nothing's a really good documentary. I do recommend it. Okay. So now we have some other films that I've already shortlisted. These are kind of like the no-duh ones for me. For example, Cloud by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. This is the director of Cure and Pulse, and they've got a new movie coming to TIFF, and I'm gonna go see it. So, Cloud. Kurosawa? Yeah. What's another one from here that I already picked out? Oh, yeah. This one. So, we're going to do a couple of films from Midnight Madness now as well. I am going to let you guys know that I have become very... I'm not super into the Midnight Madness programming anymore. I no longer look at it as something that just has a bunch of surefire bangers like it was back in the day. But it still does seem to have a couple of interesting films that I do want to check out. The Substance, which we have already talked about, the Demi Moore film, that is part of Midnight Madness. And then there's this film, which is about like a Japanese punk band, which just, I've seen the trailer for it and it looks right up my goddamn alley. So we're definitely doing that one. Japanese punk. Oi. And then the other Midnight Madness film that I think is a surefire winner is, where is it? The Shadow Strays. This is from the director of The Night Comes For Us, I believe. Yeah, so that's like that super violent film you saw on Netflix like 6 years ago. I think this is going to be a bloody film, a violent film, a depraved film. Like, look at these guys in their masks. Like, this movie's gonna fuck you up. And I'm here for that. I want that. I want to do that. So The Shadow Strays, we're also doing that. It'll fuck you up. Lowercase fuck. It'll fuck you up. Is the Cloud director related to Akira Kurosawa? I don't actually know. I've never looked it up, honestly. I don't know. No Brainers, Honora, Amelia Perez, Conclave, Saturday Night, Queer, Nickel Boys, and The Substance. So The Substance, yes. I'm not doing Honora unless I somehow manage to like get into a screening for free or something like that, because I know it's just going to be in theaters soon. Same with Amelia Perez. Conclave, I need to look at Conclave. What is that? What is that? Oh, yeah. No, I'm not doing this one. That's going to be in theaters so goddamn fast. Make your head spin. Saturday Night, same thing. Queer is going to be hard for me to get tickets for, I think. Like the Guduino, like I know it's Luca Guadagnino. I fucking love him. Also, like Almodovar has a new film. I feel like those are going to be really hard for me to get tickets for, especially good tickets. So I'm hesitant. I think both Queer and the Almodovar film, they're going to go down in the backups. Almodovar. I know what I mean when I say Almodovar. But I'm trying to also just focus on stuff that I will probably be able to get into. So let's see. Oh, The Order. Oh yeah, this is where I get to reveal to you guys some of the films that I already know that I'm going to be going to see because I've been invited by the vendors. So The Order is one of them. This is by the person who directed Knitram, which is an excellent Australian film. If you have not already seen it, I highly suggest going to check it out. And then the other one is We Live in Time, the new film with Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. So that's going to be great. Hopefully, maybe I'll be able to sit beside Florence Pugh or Andrew Garfield. That'd be kind of fun. What are the other ones here? The Substance we already got. Suleiman's Story, yeah, we already got that in there. The Shadow Strays, we got that. Ah, yeah, The Seed of a Sacred Fig. This also won something at Cannes. It won the special jury prize at Cannes. So we're going to do that. Cannes jury prize. And for those of you who want to know what it's all about, from renowned filmmaker Mohamed Rasulov, The Seed of the Sacred Fig is a social drama turned cat and mouse thriller that will have you on the edge of your seats. My goodness. What else we got on the short list here? The Dan, got that. Oh no. We have to go searching now. We have to go searching for more obvious films to put on here. Does that mean they're no longer obvious? Could be. Okay. 3 more films. 3 more films. Help me out. Help me out, people who have been doing stuff. Caught by the Tides. By doing stuff, I mean actually knows what's going on here. Caught by the Tides. What's up with you? Oh. A transformative exploration of 2 decades of his cinema and a Valentine to Jiatao. Caught by the Tide stands as Jiazhen King's latest masterpiece, offering a poignant portrait of contemporary China. Interesting. Not super thrilled with that, but let's just try a few more of these. Bird. Oh, this is the Andrea Arnold film. Yeah, no. Oh, this is the new one with Barry Keoghan and that other guy who's pretty cool. Maybe. Although I don't need to see it. This is one that I'm really interested in. The Brutalist. It's shot on 70mm, and so it only has like 2 screenings. Oh, and they're both premium. Fuck no, we're not doing that. I'm not paying $50 for a movie. Can I get a witness? This seems kind of surreal. And Sandra Oh star in this introspective live-action animated feature set in the near future when technology and travel are almost completely banned and nobody's allowed to live past age 50. What? I don't know about that. Cavitizer, Attack, Conclave. What's the cut? Ah, the new Orlando Bloom film, directed by Sean Ellis. Don't really need to see that. Amelia Paris? Fuck, maybe I will just add this in. But it's going to be really hard to see. Can I get a witness? Sounds great. It sounds cool. Latvia official submission international Oscar race flows playing at TIFF 2024. Dory, I've already seen it, so I will not be seeing it at TIFF. Yeah, I feel like this one's going to be tough to see. How many screenings does it have? Oh, it's got so many screenings. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. All right, fuck it. We'll just do that. I'll be able to see like one of the last half of the festival films, or one of the last half of the festival screenings. All the people. Rocco, what's the matter? You don't get fed for another hour. Aw, what's the matter, Rocco? Do you want to say hi to the people? Do you want to say hi to all the film fans and all the cinephiles, Rocco? Rocco's my cat, by the way, if this is your first time. The End with Her Majesty, Tilda Swinton. The Act of Killing makes his fiction debut with a summer musical about a family in denial at the end of the world. Nah, that's just too... Nah. I don't think that's gonna be anything. The Girl with the Needle. True crime drama and expressionist nightmare. A young seamstress trying to survive in post-World War I Copenhagen makes a fateful connection with one of the era's most infamous figures. Yeah, that sounds sick. I love all of those words. Expressionism. True crime. What else we got here? Hard Truths. No, Mike Lee. Not going to worry about that. Harvest. Wish I had time to watch all these. Yeah, don't we all, man? Oh, Rocco. Come here. Come here. I have captured you. Oh, my goodness. For those of you who have been waiting for only him and don't care about me at all, look. It is your savior. It is the fur critic. Give him a meow, Rocco. Or give me a swat in the face to entertain the people. Oh, look at this. Look at this fella. Oh, I'm Siskel. He's Ebert. That's Rocco with 2 C's, if you please. Mwah. You're so lovely and handsome. All right, down you go. Bah. You can lay down if you want, though. Okay, back to the work. Harvest. Private Interest, visionary period piece is a haunting allegory about xenophobic anxiety and unchecked capitalism. Oh, baby, that sounds like a fun one. We're going to keep that as a possibility. Heretic? No, that's coming now. That's coming to theaters. That's that new Hugh Grant movie. Hold Your Breath does sound kind of good. I'm Still Here. Oh, from the guy who directed Motorcycle Diaries. Interesting. Ooh, yeah, that could be good. That could be good. We'll put that in the maybes. The Executioner is like a Korean action film that looks kind of okay, but it's also the sequel to a film I haven't seen, so nah. K-Pops. Oh, this is the Anderson .Paak film. Not interested in that. Gia Coppola, no, don't care. Life of Chuck. Oh, the Mike Flanagan movie. I do kind of want to see the Mike Flanagan movie. Love in the Big City. Nope, we already talked about that. Luckiest Man in America. Oh, that's a really good... that's a really good cast. Although I'm not familiar with the director, so I'm going to pass on that for now. Miller's in Marriage. Edward Burns. I don't know about that. Stranger by the Lake. Interesting. Night Bitch. We're going to wait on that. Scene on Becoming a Guinea Fowl. On Swift Horses. Yes. The film that I will not be able to see because it's got Jacob Elordi in it. That's going to sell out so goddamn fast. We're already seeing that. Paul Anka. The Piano Lesson. This one's come up again. I don't know. It's American. I don't need to see it. Piece by Piece. What is this? Oh, the Pharrell Williams one. Right. Queer. Yeah. Look at how many likes that already has. There's no goddamn way I'm getting in to see this movie. Although, maybe? Shit. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for it. I just love Goodwino too much. I love him so much that I can't remember how to spell his last name. Yeah, I would not have gotten that. Okay. So I think that's a pretty good list. I may end up changing this a bit, but let's get some of these into the backup category. Flanagan. I'm Still Here. Revolution. There's something about Revolution in there, I'm pretty sure. Harvest. Anti-capitalism, maybe. Anti-capitalism. Yay. We like that. Oh no, I just closed the site I was using. Whoops. And we're back. No, what? Crypto's fastest. What the fuck was that? That was weird. Speaking of Flanagan, are you excited for Chris Stuckman's new movie? I mean, we'll see. Honestly, I'm so impressed that he was able to get that thing like purchased by Neon. Like, he's gonna get a good distribution out of it. So congrats to him for that. Oh, buy the stream. Dory, you're right. Dory, you're right. I knew I forgot about something. There is nothing as good as seeing a Hong Sang-soo film at a film festival. Yeah, that's gotta be a definitely. But what do I move? Oh, I don't want to move any of these. Probably All We Imagine Is Light. That'll get moved down into the backups. Still want to see it. And this is where we start getting into like the, oh yeah, I'm only going to see 20 films. And it's like, nope. I'm seeing more. Take Queer out of there. Let's move these back up. Delete that. I still want to go through a few more of these. Like, yeah, we're in the centerpiece now, but we were going through... What were we going through? We were going through... oh my god, Discovery's got some other good stuff in it. Gala we don't care about. Midnight Madness we already got some from. Platform we've got a couple... We've got at least one from. Primetime we don't care. Yeah, we were just going through special presentations, right? Got to The Order. We got to Queer. Relay, Riff Raff, Rumors. Oh, Shell. This looks super cool. I'm going to put this in the maybes. I may end up moving it up depending on how many screenings it gets. Ooh, that'll be tough. That'll be a tough one to see. But I'm going to put this one in here. Horror. It's also Elizabeth Moss, who I know she's a Scientologist, and that sucks. But also this director did something that I'm a fan of. I can't remember what it is now. Oh, he directed Teen Spirit. Right. Which I kind of liked. I like that movie. Shepherds we already looked at. What is Sketch? Oh, it's these two. This will probably be funny. How many screenings does this have? A lot. Wow. All right, we'll put that in the maybe. Comedy. Sketch comedy. Do you get it? Do you get it, guys? We live in a time. We already got that one. Where were we? Went Up a Hill. Oh yeah, this is the Vicky Krieps film. That's like supposed to be kind of a spooky ghost story. That's got to go in the backups. I'm not going to see 30 films. I'm not going to see 30 films. I can't. I'm not taking time off work. I literally can't see 30 films. I really need to like do this. Did I already got by the stream in there. What else we got? Without Blood. What's that? Okay, that's the Angelina Jolie film. We don't need to worry about that. Young Weather. This has a Canadian in it. It's a Canadian film. Didn't really... Yeah. Inspired by a popular 70s novella, The Sorrows of Young Werther. This modernization stars Douglas Booth and Alison Pill in a fast-paced and bright romantic comedy set in Toronto. Don't really need to see that. Let's just go through Centerpiece quickly to see if there's anything I missed. Yeah, don't care about that. We've already looked at that. April. Ooh, that could be interesting. Not the chanting, I will not see 30 films. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Unless vendors, like distributors I work with, start sending me like free screenings for films in the day that I can like go watch while I'm at work, I'm not seeing 30 films. Beloved Tropic. Okay, don't really want to see a movie about dementia right now. Don't want to do something like that. This one sounded kind of alright. This film, it's what? It's China. This film, domestic violence and terminal illness. No. Cloud, we already got. By the way, I'm just going to throw the like on there right now. Crocodile Tears. Where is this from? Indonesia. Slow burning suspense story. The woman and his overwhelming mother's lives on their isolated crocodile farmer turned upside down with the appearance of a young woman. That sounds kind of cool. Really interesting that a debut film would get into Centerpiece instead of being in Discovery. That's kind of what that whole section is for. So that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird that would be a thing. Don't Cry Butterfly. Oh no, this is a film that I definitely wanted to see. This is a Vietnamese film. Homemaker and breadwinner Tam learns through live TV that her husband is having an affair. She's determined to turn her situation around, but instead of confronting him, she's certain mystical means are the answer. This is, yeah. I like this, and I've wanted to see more like Vietnamese stuff in a while. Like they have a pretty healthy entertainment industry for the most part. I'm gonna put that there. Just to remind myself, probably would get rid of something like Sketch because I think that will be really easy to see afterwards. This is another thing that has to come into like how I organize these, because like I know that it's gonna be a lot easier for me to see an American film than it will be to see a Vietnamese film, right? And it's going to be super easy. You know what? I'm going to take Almodovar out. It's going to be so easy for me to see it afterwards, and it's going to be nearly impossible to get a ticket for it. So, yeah. And if I continue doing this, I may end up taking The Life of Chuck out, just because, once again, I know that I'm going to be able to see it. I just know. I just know. Edge of Night... Captivating debut. Yeah. Exiles. Eh. This actually looks kind of interesting. The Tegan and Sarah documentary. Here's Flow, the movie that Dory just mentioned. Check it out if you can. Front Row, in his 19th feature, prolific Algerian filmmaker. Algerian? Opts for the chaotic family dramedy about feuding matriarchs behaving badly at a beach. That sounds like it could be fun. Happy End. In near future Tokyo, rebellious students struggle to find their path in a society dangerously close to complete and total surveillance. Ooh. Ew. We don't have very many Japanese films left. Okay. I might have to consider that one. Happy Holidays. Family drama. Nah. That will definitely be viewable. This, what is this, a tennis documentary? No. Teenage boy born of two cultures. One of New Zealand's most pivotal historical battles featuring screen legends. Ooh, interesting. Might do that. Killer Jaku we already got. The Legend of the Vagabond of Lagos. Wait. Nigeria, you son of a... Ugh. This could have worked for... Why wasn't this in the Africa dysphoria stuff? God damn... Wait. Does that mean... Should I take out Sunshine and put this in? What do you recommend for first Almodovar film, TJ or chat? What was my first Almodovar film? Let's consult the Letterboxd. Almodovar. Let's order by average. So yeah. Oh yeah, I think my first one might have actually been Pain and Glory. From what I understand about Almodovar, like All About My Mother and Bad Education are the ones you should probably go for. And also Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown is supposed to be very good as well. I haven't seen any of those three movies yet because I'm dumb. But I have seen Pain and Glory and Parallel Mothers, and I will say that he is a director worth seeing stuff from. Fuck, I kind of want to see this one now, too. Little Jaffna. In his dynamic solo political crime drama about a police officer infiltrates a Tamale gang in Paris. Ooh, that sounds kind of good. Once again, another debut in Centerpiece. I don't know. I've seen Matt and Mara. Measures for a Funeral. Looks kind of interesting. Missing Part. Third Belgian film. Oh, this one sounded kind of cool. When her grown daughter had a bad fall in Winnipeg, anxious widow Sarah travels from Korea to be with her and discovers she doesn't really know Sumi at all. Yeah, that one sounds kind of interesting. I might just have to like increase the amount of like backup films I have. The Mountain I Don't Care About, Kids Are Stupid, a rising star in Japanese cinema. This beautifully crafted film follows adolescent figure skaters as they navigate budding emotions. Why did it have to say Hirokazu Koreeda? I don't care about kids. Still don't care about kids. Oh, this dude did Narcos. Interesting. Maybe take a look at that. Closer look at that. Presence is a new Soderbergh film. That's definitely going to be available. We already talked about that. Agonizing Struggle. Human rights activist. We already talked about that. That's already there. Sunshine. I did put Sunshine in, right? Yeah. Okay. Swedish Torpedo. Yeah, it sounds like a biopic. Don't really care. To a Land Unknown. Oh, where was that one that I saw the trailer for that looks sick? Oh, it's probably a short film, isn't it? Vox Humana. What's up with that? Ah, it is part of shorts. Yo, guys, check out the trailer for this. It looks real cool. I wish it was not... I want it to be a big old movie. To a Land Unknown. Oh, it's a Palestinian film. That could be interesting. Let's put that in the maybes. Under the Volcano. Oh, interesting. That could be cool. An unfinished film. Yeah, this one's like a weird like mix of documentary and not documentary. Universal language. Matthew Rankin. The 2 official languages and this is common currency. Interesting. Also, was this Canadian film like in the Canadian section? I don't think it was. Announces a bold new voice, an art house, and a new era for Somali cinema. Wait, is this another African? Tiff, I swear to God, your website is so goddamn broken. What the hell? Why did I even bother with it? I should have just gone through everything, like one film at a time. Okay. So, shit. What do I do here? I should have another African film here. So I gotta take Sunshine out. Oh wait, no, I still need it there for directed by women. All right then. Okay, I have to make this. Getting fucked by TIFF and their dumb website is a very normal thing that happens. The Village Next to Paradise. The other thing too is that this may all change quite a bit based on like when the actual screenings are and like where the overlaps are. Like I can only go see films in the evening during the week, and I can only go see films on like on the Saturday Sunday of the 2 opening weekends. So I'm somewhat limited. What do you have against kids? I don't know, man. I just don't want to watch kids in movies right now. I don't know. I honestly don't know what it is. Let's see. We already got some stuff out of Discovery, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. So I think that's it. I think we've looked at every single film possible that I am potentially interested in, and now we have these films. The Damned Grand Tour, You Are Not Alone, Linda, Paying for It, Bonjour Trieste, Pedro Paroma, Freedom Way, Kill the Jockey, and Sunshine. Wait a minute. You know what I'm going to do? The Village Next to Paradise. Yeah, that's just going to go in place of Freedom Way. Done. Because I was a little bit worried about Freedom Way. I don't know. I saw an African thriller at the last film festival, and I was not impressed with it. But this seems like it's more of a surefire hit. Okay. Starting all over again. The Damned, Grand Tour, You're Not Alone, Linda, Paying for It, Bonjour Trieste, Pedro Paramo, The Village Next to Paradise, Kill the Jockey, and Sunshine. Those are my Discovery picks for this year. And the no-brainers are The Assessment, The Substance, By the Stream, Cloud, The Gesudozu, The Shadow Strays, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, Amelia Perez, The Girl with the Needle, and Queer. And then look at these backups. My God. Suleiman's Story, Sketch, The Life of Chuck, I'm Still Here, Harvest, All We Imagine Is Light, Shell, Don't Cry Butterfly, Went Up the Hill, Crocodile Tears. Some of these, I might just throw a couple of these into like the must-sees. Like Don't Cry Butterfly, I think I may promote up to here, but I would really need to think about what I'm going to be taking away in order to see it. But yeah, that's it. Those are the things. Those are all the films that I'm going to try to go to see at TIFF. So all I have to do now is schedule it and then make sure I get all of the tickets for those films in the exact times that I schedule them for, which will definitely not be hard because getting tickets at TIFF is always very easy. Good luck to us all. And don't forget, sorry, this is going to be for the YouTube video version of what I just did. And don't forget to comment down below what movies you're interested in seeing. Until next time, cinephiles. And then it cuts out. All right, so I saw some other comments coming in that I didn't address, and I apologize for that. How much are TIFF tickets? They range from 28 Canadian dollars to 95 Canadian dollars, which is why I didn't even bother looking at the gala films, because those are almost always like premium and expensive and dumb. Not dumb. The films are not dumb. It's the price that's dumb. Also, Kaint, hello. Thank you for joining us. Glad to see you here. I think you're new. We like new people. New people are great. Yeah, so what is it called? Exergi. We documented 14. Yeah, it's like a 12-hour film. It's in wavelengths, right? Yeah. Look at this runtime. 848 minutes. It's shown over 3 days. Like, this is not 3 different screenings of the same film. This is one screening of the first part, one screening of the second part, and one screening of the third part. Although they're all in TIFF Lightbox 5, which is one of my favorite theaters. That could be pretty cool, honestly. I don't know how that's going to work, though. How much does it cost to get into the festival? Like, it's a per ticket thing. Like, you don't need to buy an entry pass to the festival or something like that just to have access to the tickets. Although if you are a TIFF member, which is a paid membership, then you do get early access to films, early access to tickets, excuse me. And so the thing that I'm planning on doing, which is why I have this lined up as 10 and 10, is that I can, as a member, I can actually buy like packages of 10, which give me like a 20% discount. So, you know, these 20 films would normally probably cost me about $500 to $600, but I'm hoping I can get like $100 off that with the discount. So it'll be down to $400 to $500, which still sucks and is still a lot of money, but I'm just not going to be able to see these films any other time in my life, with rare exception, and I just really want to see them. Whew. All right, what else we got going on here? The Social Set Band has subscribed. Thank you to the Social Set Band. Shout out to them. I live in Florida, so TIFF would be a save up money vacation. You know, for you, if you wanted to see like a cutting edge festival, like going somewhere cheaper. Actually, you know what? Going to Canada might actually be a lot cheaper for you because our dollar sucks right now. Like I keep saying, like, you know, $20, $25 for a ticket. For you, that would be $15 with the exchange rate. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, actually TIFF might be cheaper for you to do than going to like New York or Telluride. If I went to school in Canada, I would. Yeah, TIFF really makes the most sense when you just live in Toronto, because then you don't have to spend money on a hotel. Like if I had to spend like $200 a night, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't come here. I'm not going to spend like to do the whole festival. That's 12 days. You're talking about $2,400 for your hotel. That's insane. That's ridiculous. I would never do that. So yeah, like really, TIFF is for the people who like can drive to TIFF or who can walk to TIFF. That is who it is for. Unrelated, I went to LA in July for a week. Nice. I like LA. LA is fun. With that said, everyone, I think we're going to end the live stream there. So keep an eye out for future things happening. Please submit your top 10 list for the Cinemateq Top 100 as soon as you can. You have like a month to do it, but you know, do it as soon as you can. There's probably going to be some shorts popping up. There's going to be, I think I'm going to cut out like 2 videos from this live stream to go up over the next couple of weeks, just to like help people out so they don't have to like, I don't know, so they can better find some of the stuff that we talked about today. And aside from that, keep an eye out on the Discord. Keep an eye out on my Instagram account. I'll also be posting on there, hopefully a little bit more. And we'll see what's up. Don't count on another live stream until after TIFF. But if I can figure out a good reason to do a live stream before TIFF, then I will, and I'll let you know about it. So that's that. this has been a fun time. Thank you, everyone, for chilling with me and for helping me figure out what films to watch at this big old film festival. And I think with that, I will just say au revoir. Advice for college depends on what you want to do. If you want to do filmmaking, you may not need to go to college. But I still think having a strong liberal arts background is a good idea. It helps with your critical thinking. But also, if your main concern is surviving under capitalism, figure out what job will allow you to live a good, comfortable life. And then go to school for that thing. Passion is great, but passion can also be applied to your hobbies and doesn't necessarily have to be what you're going to do for work for the rest of your life. Sometimes you just need to get paid. $60 worth TIFF 2024 program guide. No, honestly, the program guide is just what's on the website. They just make a book of it. And like the schedule is in there as well. So actually, no, is the schedule in there? I don't know. I think it may be. Maybe the programs just haven't been printed yet because the schedule just came out today. Anyways, I wouldn't have paid $60 for that, but that's just me. All right, everyone, this is actually the end. Thank you once again for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next live stream whenever it is that happens. Have yourselves a good night. Bye-bye now.
Get off my plane.
He's looking at you, kid.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
The Force will be with you, always.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Hasta la vista, baby.